Welcome to the first town board meeting of Amenia of 2024. Good to have everyone here, and we will start by saluting the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The emergency exits, if anyone's new to the room, is the door you came in at the back, and this door opens also as an emergency exit. Dawn, you're up.
Good evening, Supervisor. At this time, I'd like to present to the town board that I am in receipt of several resignations. The first being actually for yourself as a town board member, and that vacancy should be effective December 31st. So is there a motion on the floor to go ahead and accept Council Member Leo Blackman's resignation?
I'll make that motion.
Brad?
I'll second it.
Paul? Supervisor Blackman?
Aye.
Council Members Ham?
Aye.
Revlard?
Yes.
Winters?
Yes.
Also, I'm in receipt of the resignation of Paul Winters from the Recreation Commission as well as the Wastewater, both as members. Is there a motion to accept the resignation of Paul Winters from both?
I'll make that motion.
Second?
I'll second.
Rosanna?
Yep.
Supervisor Blackman?
Yes.
Council Members Ham?
Yes.
Revlard?
Yes.
And Winters?
I can vote on myself to resonate? Sure, yes.
You say no, too. Okay, thank you, Supervisor. Those are the only resignations that I do have of this, to present this evening. That does open up some vacancies, which you guys will go ahead and discuss later. But so we can open this meeting properly, I would like to ask the three newly electeds to please stand and raise their right hand.
Okay.
Okay. So before us, ladies and gentlemen, I do want to present Supervisor Leo Blackman, Council Members Rosanna Ham and Paul Winters. With each of you raising your right hand, do you solemnly swear that you'll support the Constitution of the United States, Constitution of the State of New York, and faithfully discharge the duties of, state them,
Supervisor.
Town board member.
Town board member.
to the best of your ability, so help you God?
I do.
do.
Congratulations. Welcome.
Thank you.
It's a
Thank
pleasure.
you.
It's a pleasure.
Do you
Okay.
want to do roll call first, or should I do this first?
You
I can
are.
do this first. I just wanted to do a very brief welcome, if I can find it.
So as the supervisor's gathering that welcome notice, I'm going to begin with our roll call. So present this evening, Supervisor Blackman,
Here.
Councilpersons Ham,
Here?
Revlard,
Here.
and Winters.
Here.
So again, I just wanted to welcome you all to the reorg meeting. As you know, it's my first meeting as supervisor, so I'm likely to mess things up. Just be prepared for that. But I'm very excited to be elected and get started in this job, as are Rosanna Ham and Paul Winters, and also Brad Rebellard, who's continuing to serve on the board. Amenia is a great town that has gotten some tough breaks, like the DDSO closing, but it certainly can thrive again and grow a bit without losing its soul. COVID, which I've gotten over, hence the mask, has an upside for us. It's allowed many people to work from home, which makes rural living possible for many young families. And we need them to volunteer with the fire department, send kids to school, buy stuff downtown, and pay taxes. Working people are the backbone of our community, and we must build housing they can afford. We all need to work together to make this happen. Thanks to those who are attending or watching from home. Participating is the first step. You're on, Dawn.
Okay, so this evening we are going to start with public comment. As the supervisor had circulated and has been distributed, our agenda does indicate a 1-minute public comment. First being Tonya Shumatov. If I mispronounce anyone's names, I'm going to apologize in advance. It did say print.
Hi. I'm Tonya Shumatov, and I'm the former CAC chair
through, it was a long time ago, 1997, 94 to 97. And also, I was the chair of the Trail to the Train Committee, for those who don't know me. I'm speaking tonight briefly on behalf of Vicki Doyle, who I've known for many years. I really feel that Vicki is a team player, and she served under 4 different administrations, 3 Republican and 1 Democrat. She has been a tireless public servant and has repeatedly put the good of the town over politics. She has an administrative memory and knowledge of the town, which I believe the 2024 board could really use and needs. She also knows the town regs and history, past and present. And when I headed up the Trail to the Train Committee and wrote the grant for $800,000, which was a federal iced tea grant, she was extremely supportive, and she was the only board member with the forethought to vote for the company we endorsed, which would have saved the town $600,000 on the project. Unfortunately, she was outvoted by the others on the board. As you all know, Vicki also has a passion for the arts that has benefited countless young people in our town and our schools. And Vicki has been a vital member of the CAC, the Conservation Advisory Council, for many years. And I do believe that she's the most qualified person to fill the vacant town board position.
Time, I'm afraid.
Okay, we don't want a perpetual stalemate. Every time a vote comes up for this board, please vote for her.
Thank you. Next is
Ken Toplowski.
Hi, I'm Ken Topolsky. I live on Cascade Mountain Road. I moved away from the county about 35 years ago and moved back about 4. I want to congratulate all the board members, council members, and wish you the best of luck in your governance. I'm concerned, I just looked at a resolution from December 21st, 2021, and none of your names were on it as signatories. Your institutional memory, then, is probably 4 years. Your institutional knowledge. Any organization, be it a public entity or a private entity, relies on institutional memory. You don't want to make mistakes that are costly that were made 5 years ago. And if you don't know them, you will make them, and it will cost us as taxpayers money. You don't want to debate issues that were proved fruitless from 7 years ago or 8 years ago. We don't have the time to do that. We will fail in a morass. You have 2 members of the board who have 20 years of institutional knowledge. Victoria Council about Supervisor Parati and Councilmember Doyle. This is not partisan. Either one of them would be a boon to your council. And without them, you will make mistakes. You will spend money you don't have to spend. Your minutes only show so much. But those discussions, the interactions, the heartbeat of the community is in the institutional knowledge of all those people who sat where you sat.
And time, sorry. Thank you.
Thank you, and I wish you the best of luck.
Yeah, that's why when he, no.
Next up.
Polly.
Hi, I'm Polly Piscarvin. I live in Amenia. I'm also the chair of the Democratic Committee and supported Vicki Doyle in her campaign this fall. I also, sorry. Oh, didn't you hear me? Oh. The race was very, very close. Paul Winters won by 10 votes. Vicki Doyle lost by 10 votes. And that triggered an automatic count in Poughkeepsie, which I actually went out to investigate because I had never done that before. And it was surprising to me, you know, it wasn't just down the line. There were a lot of people that voted for Ham Winters, as well as Doyle Winters, as well as Doyle Ham, and Winters blank. But what I'm saying is 10 votes. It was a practical tie. I feel that the board, in supporting the voters of Amenia should appoint Vicki Doyle to the position.
Thanks. I'm afraid it's a minute,
okay, that's
Polly.
it.
Mary Ellen?
Hi there, I'm Mary Ellen Brown. I am a resident of this town for 40 years, 41. And I wanted to come to talk quickly about this open seat and the appointment. I am very interested in seeing Vicki Doyle appointed to that seat. And I'm interested in that because of my background. I was a social studies teacher for 30 years. And so I'm interested in government and law and things like that. And I just, having so many votes, I think that the will of the people is important. And with 539 people voting for her in this town, I think that is a loud call that she would be, that we would be interested in having her serve. Also, I think that it would be best to not have someone that we don't know or that did not run for the election. So that's, so anyway, I just think that she's the most qualified, and I thank you very much for.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Next.
Joanne?
Is that how we're playing it now, Dawn?
Well, it's easy,
I have to
right?
watch the clock? No,
Yeah,
it is
I mean,
easy,
I don't-
actually.
I don't
It's
wanna
fine.
call 'em out
No, that's great.
Hi,
Sorry.
everybody. I'm Joanne Carmen, and I've lived in the area for over 40 years. And I'm just here to support Victoria. I think she's definitely a candidate for being there for other people. I know she's came to my house, and she has did research on my area, and she's just very supportive to people. So
Vicki Doyle or Victoria Parodi?
Vicki Doyle. So, with that, I thank you.
Ann?
Thank you.
Unfortunately, I wrote 2 pages. I don't know how fast I can read that.
Well, I'll stop you at 1 minute then. Or decide what's the best paragraph, I guess.
Well, my name is Anna Vecchio. I live on Lake Amenia Road in Amenia. I would like to start by saying I have seen your board meetings that have been televised, and it seems that on many occasions your group cannot come to agreements about plans for Amenia. I have lived here for about 5 years and not seen improvements that will make a large difference to the community, lower, middle, or high income levels. I have not seen social media on Mosaic page to try to get questions and suggestions from your residents, nor have seen flyers or a meeting on a large scale being implemented. The question is that it doesn't seem to have implemented a plan to attract residents to this type of meeting either. I've been to 2 meetings thus far and have not seen a large number of groups. That being said, you had a plan to build a wastewater on Lake Amenia Road, only a few hundred feet from residents, when the lake can be revitalized, historic value where Jewish and other families used to go. And I live on that road as well. I asked you in the last meeting if there were any concerns about odor. And that being said, you said there were no concerns about any odors, but given your January 8, 2023 Sunday meeting that you had, it says we need to be careful about odor in the wastewater treatment plan, so we are not placing our affordable housing on location of bad.
And you're over.
I'm
I'm going to have to
over.
stop you, sorry.
I wrote 2 pages.
Well, come
Can I
back next
finish?
time. Come back to the next meeting then. That would be great. This is just a very long meeting, so I wanted people to be able to speak, but
Okay.
thank you. But we'd be happy to hear it next time.
Okay.
Anna?
Yes.
Being new to it, I'm going to just give my 1 minute real quick. Tonight's meeting is called a reorganizational meeting, so what they're doing is going to be approving salaries and contracts that we're going to be doing throughout the year, not so much the items that you heard back in December when you were coming. So that's why they're saying to save those public comments, because you normally do have 5 minutes to speak. So keep your comments, and at the next meeting, you'll be able to read them in its entirety without feeling to rush. Great,
Thank you very much.
Sorry
Have a
about
good
that.
night.
Mary Ann? She didn't know.
Good evening and Happy New Year. My name is Mary Ann Snowpits, and I just want to reiterate my support for appointing Vicki Doyle to the town board. Just think that she's the right person who had the most votes who ran. Thank you for your time.
Let's talk about print. Last name Sicker?
Yeah.
Okay, Paul, okay, I wanted to make sure before I just guess.
I'm sorry, what was that name?
Phil.
Phil.
Okay.
I live on South Amenia Road. We've
Oh.
been there for 27 years. I'll get right to the point. I think that Vicki Doyle should be appointed to the town board because she gets things done. And I don't simply mean the things that are, described in the newspaper, the large initiatives. I mean little things, and let me give you an example in the next 45 seconds. 2 years ago, after the spring thaw, the edge of our road was very jagged, and on the other side of it, there was about a 1.5 foot dip, and which my wife and I noticed as we were walking our dogs that when cars went along there, tires would go off, they'd pull back on, and they'd blow their tires. So I emailed Vicki. The next day, I look out the window, and there she is with a measuring stick, because she was going to contact the highway department. So she found out how deep it was, and 2 days later, the highway crew was out fixing it, okay? Now, this is simply an illustration of what I think many, many people in this room could attest to, and that is she listens and she gets things done. And I think that is something at a premium in a town this size. So I strongly suggest that you use common sense and reappoint her.
Thank you.
Also, Walter? You're right there.
My name is Walter Dietrich, and you've heard from people that are much more qualified than me because I'm only here 5 years. However, in that short time, I have gotten to work with Ms. Doyle, and I find her amazing. So let me just say, I hope you think about it very, very deeply and vote her back in. Thank you.
So,
I'm Susan Anderson, and I've been around for a long time. And Vicki really knocks herself out, and I really like to see her stay on this. And what she's done for the children in this community has been outstanding. So please, let's get Vicki back on.
Judy?
Okay, so I'm clearly out of step here. I know Vicki Doyle. I think she's done a wonderful job with arts and other things. I think she's a lovely person. I've also watched this town not build a new highway garage for longer than 20 years. I've watched serious issues with financial goings-on in the last few years. I think that the people of this town voted for a change, and whether it was by 10 votes or 50 votes, they voted for a change, and I think it would be less than wise to reappoint people who in fact did not win. I realize I'm out of step, but that's my feeling for what it's worth.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Florence? Did you, I haven't read yours. Do you want to do yours? Sure.
My name is Laurence Levin, Amenia Union Road. I want to strongly
Speaking to the mic, Lawrence. I don't think you could be heard on the
Should I start again?
our
Laurence
home
Levin,
audience.
Amenia Union Road. And I want to strongly urge you to appoint Vicki Doyle for the open town board seat for the 2024 year. I ask that the four of you look beyond party affiliations. I feel there is no room in this small town, a small town like ours. We want our town to be run efficiently. It is Vicki's personal values, work ethic, and desire to represent all residents in Amenia that count, not whether she is a Democrat or a Republican. She has been a rock on the board over the past years with extensive knowledge of Amenia's town government, a fiscal conservative who has always looked out for the town's finances, and a moderating presence on the board. She has always put ethics and transparency first in working to represent us all. The number of votes Vicki received in the last election shows that she still has the support of a large number of voters. She deserves a seat on the board. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Nancy McKenzie. I've lived here for 7 years. I've been in touch with board members, writing pretty strongly back and forth.
Nancy, bring the mic closer to your face because I don't think they can hear it.
I've been in interchange with some of the board members, writing back and forth, and had good conversations. The reason I've been given that Vicki Doyle would not be chosen was because a strong feeling, as the previous woman said, for change. The problem with that argument is what someone else said earlier, is institutional memory and institutional knowledge that we have in this town. That chaos brings change, but it doesn't bring anything of value to the town just to vote for change. And one other point I wanted to make. The person that I've heard who is being considered for the position in lieu of Vicki Doyle is a person that did not run, that has also not attended meetings as a board member.
Oh, and I'm sorry, I have to stop you.
Okay.
Thank you, Nancy.
Time? Okay, thank you.
Is there anyone else?
Is there anyone else who wants to
There's
speak that
people out.
hadn't signed up?
Okay.
Hi, my name is Gay Parise, and I live at Bog Hollow, Passaic, and you probably all know me as the infamous sign stealer. But I just have to say that I've known Vicki for quite a while. I've been here for 35 years, and Vicki has always been very responsive. She's smart. She's true, elegant. You couldn't find a better person to represent our town, I feel. And she ran a great campaign. And I think since we have an open seat, the board should appoint her. And I'm hoping that you all on the board will consider her. If it's only about term limits, it's not a law that we have, and I don't think it should be considered. I think everyone else said it clearly, that term limits shouldn't be an issue with this appointment. So good luck, kids. Yeah. Thanks. All right.
Anyone else?
I can't see if there's anybody in the hall or.
Anyone in the hallway? Okay.
No, okay.
Great. All right, thank you very much. So,
Excuse me, Supervisor. What is the procedure for selecting a board member according to the bylaws, the rules of the town?
it's a Oh, Ian, why don't you take that one? Thank you, Mike. Oh.
So, under town law, the town board has the authority to fill a vacancy. And that vacancy would, in this instance, we have 2 years left on the term. The vacancy that would be filled would be for the next year, and the individual appointed, if they wanted to serve the remainder of the term, they would have to run, and they would have to be elected to the position in the next general election. So in this instance, it'd be an appointment. They would serve for 1 year, and if they wanted to continue, they would have to run. And then whoever won in the election would fulfill the remainder of the year, the last year of Leo's term.
In the event of a tie, what happens?
A tie in,
There are 4 members of the board.
oh, it's a deadlock. It's a deadlock. No, it's empty. It'll remain empty.
Okay. So, that being the case,
or something.
Does anyone else have any
Nancy has a
comments?
question. Oh,
Jens? Oop, what?
are you ready to continue with your meeting? Did you conclude your public comment?
Oh,
Okay.
that's it, there's no more public
Nancy has
comment?
a
Public
question.
comment, sorry.
Oh, Nancy had her hand up.
Okay, my name's Joseph Sobel. I've been living in this town for all of 18 months, which doesn't qualify me for much, but I do observe, perhaps other people observe too, a pattern of stasis in the town. And, you know, I am with all the people who have put forward very good arguments about institutional memory, about the commitment that Vicky's shown over the many years she's been of service to the town. But, you know, I think the strongest argument to me is a 4-4 board is like an 8-member Supreme Court. You know, it's a recipe for stagnation, for deadlock. And, you know, being in a small town gives you the luxury of not having to consider party affiliation above all things. But personal qualities and personal drive and commitment to the townspeople, which Vicky has shown in abundance, and I would very much support her appointment. Thank you.
Thank you. I think you're...
Nancy has another question.
Oh, do you have a question, Nancy?
If a board member, how many meetings does a board member have to miss to continue to be a board member?
Ian, I believe there's a rule for committees. I don't know if there's a rule for the board.
Not for an elected official.
I'm sorry?
There are rules for committee members and planning board, zoning board appointees, but not for an elected official.
So a person could miss 4 or 5 meetings as a board member and nothing would happen?
Correct.
Well, that's happened. Okay, I wondered.
Thank you.
So when you begin the evening, because we do have new members, I'll help you guys out. We begin with resolution number 1, and we'll continue the numbers throughout the course of the year. So beginning with 1.
All right, resolution number 1. It is. Whereas there exists by operation of law a vacancy on the town board in the town of Amenia due to resignation of Councilman Leo Blackman, and whereas such position of councilperson is a 4-year term which expires on December 31st, 2025, whereas pursuant to town law number 64-5, the town board of the town of Amenia, by a majority vote thereof, has the authority to appoint a qualified person to fill the vacancy in an elective office until the commencement of the calendar year next succeeding the first annual election. And whereas pursuant to Town Law 64-5, the vacant seat will be subject to an election to fill the unexpired term at the general election in 2024. And whereas the Town Board has received and considered the qualifications of those individuals that have expressed interest in filling said vacancy, now therefore be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Amenia does hereby appoint Vicky Doyle to fill the existing Town Board vacancy effective immediately. I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Discussion, please.
Go.
I would ask that this motion be tabled until the following meeting. There are other members in the community that have expressed interest in being appointed to the town board, and I would like for us to consider them before we can move forward with this vote.
Could you just tell me what, since we're public, since we're in open discussion, what are the qualifications that you feel?
Qualifications, I feel
lacking, or
anyone that would express interest and has qualifications to sit on this town board, I would think.
Leo, there has been,
Prior experience.
Say who they are, before we begin, I want to say something. There has been a lack of transparency here. Now, you ran on transparency.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is a theater crowd. You are pretty much all here by invitation. Our town board email has basically been spammed by the same comments, you know, and trying to get us to vote for one person. There has been no information out. Who are the other candidates? What are they about? I think there was one candidate
that was circulated this past week.
It was circulated in that email, and I'm sure it was shared. So there is a very big lack of transparency here. We have a specific group who represents the specific ideas. And I don't hear what the others are saying in the majority votes even. They're not here. They're not commenting. They're not informed. So I believe we should table this for further discussion and not just railroad this right through right now. That's not how a town board works. Brad,
So as a point of order, we have, is this being tabled? You made a motion?
I've made a motion to table it.
Is there a second?
I second it.
Thank you. Now you can.
Do we have to vote on that first, or we continue discussion?
He's going to continue his discussion if he's going to have any further
Okay.
He discussed before
I guess, Brad,
I started off.
I'm sorry?
I started off with discussion.
Oh, okay, well, thank you. So I don't understand the sort of the intensity of the resistance to just putting Vicki Doyle back on the board. Again, she's served for a long time and done a good job. She's been managing the beautification of the town, arts education for kids, a whole variety of things. She's written grants. Again, I just don't, I mean, you guys had suggested Damien as an alternate candidate, and I explained some of the reasons I thought that was a bad idea, starting with his really bad record of attendance at the town board meetings, because he's very busy with his job. But I just don't know what you expect in another candidate beyond what Vicki brings to the board with the institutional knowledge and a track record of what she's done on the board.
So the voters chose to replace someone that had been on the board for 20 years and also by 18 years, that's how you got your seat, right? The voters chose that. I don't think it would be fair to the voters that did choose that change to appoint someone back up onto the board that was removed from the board. Damien was offered as a compromise because everyone was concerned about institutional knowledge. He has the knowledge, and he's willing to step up and serve for the next year and then walk away.
Out of a point, we just want to kind of keep the meeting to order, and it is your first time, so why not get it all at the first meeting? When you make a motion to table, we're not having discussion. There's not really like the discussion aspect of it when there's a motion on to table.
So we vote on the
so
table
we're going to take,
before we go on.
Yeah.
Vote it and then move along? Okay, thank you.
Technically, what Paul is moving to do is to postpone to a later date because he specified a date. A motion to postpone can have discussion. A motion to table, which this is not because you're doing it to a later date, not in the same meeting.
Right. Therefore,
Postpone is open for discussion, tabling is not. So if the motion, as I understand it, Paul, is to postpone this resolution to the next meeting, then that would be open for discussion.
That's what I asked for it to be, is for it to be postponed.
So you're looking to postpone?
Yes, because I felt that we should have more than just one candidate to look at and discuss.
No, we're just trying to make sure we understand for the record. He's keeping me.
From what I have on all these resolutions here tonight, I only have one candidate being proposed, and I'm saying that I believe that we should have multiple candidates to be discussed and considered before we make that vote.
In the general...
In that case, then I think that we need to postpone it later than the next meeting, because I don't think we'll have time to review all these people that are interested. So I think...
Or get out the word, for that
matter. We're going to have to have executive session.
Then if that's the case that it needs to be, then that's what it needs to be. I think that we could get it done in 2 weeks, but if not, then so be it.
Okay, well, we haven't, actually, in the last month we've been discussing it, we haven't gotten anywhere, so we're not very far. So I don't really think that 2 weeks is any, there's no guarantee that 2 weeks will do it. I'm not opposed to the tabling if it's till the second meeting in
So we're just postponing.
February.
Yeah, so a motion to postpone it can be amended. So Paul made the motion Brad seconded to postpone this resolution to the next meeting. Ms. Ham has discussed moving it further. There was no motion to that, but if you would like to offer that, you could make a motion to amend the motion to postpone. If this keeps going on, we're going to forget.
I would like to make a motion to amend the postponement.
To
amend the postponement.
It needs a date.
To the second meeting in February.
Second. meeting in,
You okay with that?
do you need the actual date?
You want to go to the next workshop?
It should be a specific
Okay,
date,
so
whatever.
February, we're going to meet on the 15th.
That would be the
15th.
next.
So February 15th.
I'm fine with that. It gives us time to consider multiple candidates.
What was the,
So there's a second, is Paul seconding?
what was the date, February 15th?
15th.
February 15th.
Is there a second on the motion?
On Mrs. Ham's motion, is there a second?
I'll second that.
Leo?
Good.
I mean, I'm not supposed to call any other discussion.
No, yeah, just roll call that.
Supervisor Blackman?
Yes.
Councilpersons Ham?
Yes.
Revelard?
Yes.
Winters?
Yes.
Okay, so now the motion to postpone as amended is pending. So we would need a vote on that.
I thought that's what we just
First,
voted.
he's going, I see what's happening.
What's happening? Don't
We
you
have
think?
to-
Gotta go back.
You
I still
amend-
take votes, 'cause
you amend
he already
first, so the
started it.
amendment.
So we
So it's-
amended something. She amended his
Okay.
postponement. He wanted to postpone just 2 weeks. She wants the full month, so you guys could do your homework.
Right.
So now we're on his original, so
So just one more roll call vote on the motion to amend to that date as amended. Motion to postpone
just the postpone.
as amended.
Yes.
So he really wants them to say
I
no.
need
They
to
all
be-
want to nay it.
I need to be clear on this. Motion to postpone to February 15th.
Correct. Because that's now, the initial motion was to postpone to the next meeting. So now that motion has been amended to state
The 15th.
the 15th, which is the pending motion.
Okay. Supervisor
Whoa,
Blackman.
whoa, whoa, wait a second.
Question, John, there was no resolution number read?
It's resolution number 1.
One,
Number
I
one?
believe, yeah.
Okay.
So we're on Supervisor Blackman.
Wait a second. The first,
So she amended his motion.
so we just voted on her
We voted
amendment?
to her amendment.
And then
Correct.
we voted
Now
on
we're
the
going
thing-
to the
And in this
original.
instance, it's the same
It's gonna
date,
be
so
the
it's a little bit
exact same
redundant.
This is why I didn't
but
become a
it's-
lawyer.
yeah.
Okay.
Supervisor Blackman.
Yes.
Councilpersons Ham.
Just to be clear,
That, it's 15th, February 15th.
Correct.
Yeah.
February
Yes.
15th. I was going to say Brad. Council members, Revelard?
Yes.
Winters?
Yes.
Okay.
And I will say to our TV audience and the people in this room that if we're going to open up this process, I thought it was a fairly simple decision, but apparently it's not. If we're going to open up this process, we'd welcome resumes or expression of interest from any people out there who would like to be appointed to the town board. And I'm hoping that Brad and Paul will actually provide some specific qualifications that you're looking for. that-
I'd like to correct you right now. I have provided that. All of you have seen a resume and an intent to serve. It was in the emails for all of you to read.
That isn't a list of qualifications
No,
that you
I'm
think are
just saying,
essential.
I-
You
what
did
I-
provide another name,
Yes, provide another name. No, as far as a list, no, I didn't provide a list, but I did see the email where there were a number of suggestions provided and several names,
Yes.
which you put out.
I don't know, Rosanna, that was a phone call. It gets kind of complicated.
It was in the email, but
Okay.
who put it out?
Well, if it was for
There
me,
was
then-
several names that, I don't know if you've all saw it, well, you
Okay.
wouldn't have, but.
Okay, then it must have been me.
I think there was about 6 or 7 different names that
Okay.
you in fact proposed,
Right?
but they're not here on the table.
I think they weren't proposals so much as suggestions to try to be able to come up with somebody to agree.
To find some.
Right,
Because I'm not even sure if some of those people were even asked at that point.
But I wasn't made aware of that. I thought these were candidates and again, I'm just saying, because you're saying this now, we need a list of people, and I got one.
Right, but no, that's not what I'm asking for. I'm asking for a list of qualifications, like
Right.
specific things that the candidates ought to possess
Right.
in order to have this job.
And so
Because,
that'll
again,
be our goal.
Yeah, I mean, because again, my sense is that Vicky checks all those boxes, but if there's additional items that you are looking for, I think we should each put together a list and then circulate that amongst ourselves.
Right.
Okay.
So this is kind of like a volunteer position or an employee position. Do you want to put together a potential legal ad? That way we have the list of qualifications and set
I
a
think-
deadline to
I
when
think
things
we-
are due?
Yeah.
Do we want to go that far?
Well, I
Just
mean,
setting it and we can put it on our website.
there was a
and
public
post
comment
and-
here just a little while ago, but someone says that the town doesn't have transparency in the sense that we don't get a flyer. We don't
Okay.
get a letter. Maybe we might hit the news. We missed the television show, whatever. So, these are things that I would like to see corrected during this campaign, that there'll be more transparency. You will get a flyer, you'll get an email, or a letter, postcard, whatever, of important events. It's a very good point someone made in the crowd here.
Well, everybody should have got their recreation flyer today.
The recreation flyers,
Okay, but
it's already happening.
How does that apply to what
So
we're
what you could do,
discussing?
Leo, is for our 18th meeting,
Yeah.
to kind of move tonight along, is you can have it on the 18th, we'll have the finalized
Yeah,
version.
right.
To give everybody the opportunity to attend school, find out exactly what it is that a good ad would look like. You guys can come back on the 18th, we'll set it, you'll authorize me to go ahead and make that ad. It'll be published in the Millerton News on the January 25th. We can have a 2-week deadline of when they come in, and then give you guys a week to interview.
Okay.
Sounds good to me. Thank you.
Sorry, just trying to.
Yes, I know.
I think
Moves
everybody
along.
wants
I'm glad
to-
you wrapped that up. We have a lot to go through.
It's a
Okay,
lot of
great.
reading for you guys tonight.
All righty.
So resolution number 2.
I'll read resolution number 2, and then I think we should start passing them, so it isn't all my voice. I don't want to bore people or put them to sleep. Okay, so resolution number 2 of 2024, employing legal services to the Town of Amenia Town Board for calendar year 2024. Be it resolved that E&C Linders, Esquire of Stenger, Glass, Hagstrom Linders, and you better pronounce that for me.
ULE.
UL LLP is hereby employed and retained for the purposes of furnishing to the town board such legal advice and services as may be required by the town board during calendar year 2024. And be it further resolved that E&C Linders, Esquire of Stenger, Glass, Hagstrom Linders, and UL LLP shall be paid in accordance with the engagement letter submitted to the town supervisor dated January 2nd, 2024. And be it further resolved that the town supervisor is hereby authorized to execute the engagement agreement. I'll make that motion.
Leo.
I'll second it.
Supervisor Blackman.
Yes.
Councilmembers Ham.
Ham,
Revelard.
yes.
Revelard.
Yes.
Winters.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, you want to take this one, Rosanna?
Employing legal services to the Town of Amenia Town Board for calendar year 2024 for tax certiorari
Just say cert, because I can never say
Okay.
it.
matters. Be it resolved that Shane J. Egan, Esquire of Capilino, Rothschild and Egan LLP is hereby employed and retained for the purposes of furnishing to the town board such legal advice and services as may be required by the town board during the calendar year 2024 for tax whatever matters. And be it further resolved that Shane J. Egan, Esquire of Capilino, Rothschild and Egan LLP shall be paid in accordance with the engagement letter submitted to the town supervisor dated November 15th, 2023. And be it further resolved that the town supervisor is hereby authorized to execute the engagement agreement.
You make that motion? Or did you make that? You'll make that motion?
I make a motion that we accept this.
Okay, I'll second.
Discussion. Just want to let people know that this is more or less a reappointment. Thanks.
Supervisor Blackman.
Yes.
Councilmembers Ham.
Yes.
Revelard.
Yes.
Winters.
Yes.
Paul, do you want to take this next one? That would be resolution 3, reappointment of special counsel.
Well, it'd be resolution number 4, correct?
Yes.
Is it 4?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because I skipped one, that's why.
Reappointment of special counsel for legal services in connection with Kent Hollow Incorporated litigation, whereas the town of Amenia previously appointed George Lithgow, Esquire of Jacobowitz Gubbets LLP in connection with Article 78 proceeding commenced by Kent Hollow Incorporated against the Zoning Board of Appeals in the town of Amenia and Michael Segelkin, code enforcement official of the town of Amenia. Now therefore be it resolved that George Lithgow, Esquire of Jacobowitz and Gubbets LLP with offices at 158 Orange Avenue, Walden, New York, be and hereby is reappointed and retained as special counsel for the purpose of defending the Zoning Board of Appeals of the town of Amenia and Michael Segelkin, code enforcement officer of the town of Amenia against Kent Hollow Incorporated, who commenced an Article 78 proceeding against the town of Amenia. And be it further resolved that the George Lithgow, Esquire of Jacobowitz and Gubbets LLP shall be paid for such legal services in accordance with the representation letter submitted to the town board dated October 19th, 2023. I will motion that.
I'll second it.
Leo. Supervisor Blackman?
Yes.
Council members Ham?
Yes.
Revelard?
Yes.
Winters?
Yes.
Okay. Resolution 5, you want to take that, Brad?
Well, if I can see it.
Oh, you can't see it. Do you
Yeah,
want me to read it?
I'll give it a shot.
All right. If it's trouble, I'm happy to take that off your hands.
Is this the map plan and report one? Because I lost my...
Yeah, it is.
Okay. All right. Authorizing the appropriation of funds for the preparation of a map plan and report for the creation of a new sewer district within the town of Amenia, subject to permissive referendum. Whereas the town of Amenia is considering the creation of a new sewer district pursuant to Town Law 209, which requires the preparation of a map plan and report pursuant to Town Law 209-B and 209-C. Whereas the town of Amenia previously completed sewer feasible study for the hamlet of Amenia in June of 2022, and whereas the sewer feasibility study delineated a purpose for a wastewater district centered in the town hamlet, and whereas in consequence of the sewer facility study, the town board requested proposals for engineering and legal services for the preparation of a map plan and report. And whereas in response to such a request, the Burge Engineering and Consulting Corp. Ltd. submitted an engineering proposal to prepare the map plan and report as required by the Town Law 209-B for a fee not to exceed $27,550 as set forth in said proposal. And whereas the town board has determined that the Burge Engineering and Consulting Group LLTD is a duly qualified engineering firm to prepare such map plan and report. And whereas in response to such a request, Tabor, Ryan, and Kearney LLP submitted a legal proposal for the preparation of a map plan and report as required by the Town Law 209-B for a fee not to exceed $18,000 as set forth in a proposal. And whereas the town board has determined that the law firm of Tabner, Ryan, and Kearney LLP is duly qualified law firm to provide professional legal services in creation of a map plan and report, and whereas based on the proposal submitted by the Burge Engineering and Consulting Group LTD and Tabner, Ryan, and Kearney LLP, the town board has determined that the cost of preparation of the map plan report will not exceed $45,550, which will be paid from, the wastewater engineering budget line 1.080204.01.103.00, and whereas the town board acknowledges that the preparation of such map plan and report will be a town charge and shall be assessed, levied, and collected in the same manner as other town charges. And whereas in the event the town board determines to establish such a sewer district pursuant to the aforesaid provisions, the town law as set forth in Article 12A of the town law expires, again, I'm having trouble seeing it, expenses incurred by the town for the preparation of the map plan and report shall be deemed to be part of the cost of the sewer improvement or rendering of such services, and the town shall be reimbursed in the same amount paid therefor, or such portion of the amount the town board at a public hearing to be held pursuant to Town Law 209-D shall allocate such assignment such against such district. Whereas the town board further anticipates that the cost of the preparation of such map plan and report will be reimbursed to the town through available government grants and aid applications which are actively being pursued by the town board. Now therefore be it resolved as follows. The recitations set forth above and the are incorporated in this resolution as if fully set forth in the adopted herein. The town board of the town of Amenia hereby appropriates the sum of $45,550 for the preparation of a map plan and report for the creation of the new wastewater district to be paid from the wastewater engineer budget line number 1.080204.01.103.00. This resolution is in accordance with 24 of the Municipal Home Rule Article 7 of the New York State Town Law and 209-B of the New York State Town Law, is subject to a permissive referendum.
I'll make that motion.
I second.
Discussion, please. Unfortunately, I had missed, if people don't know, I've been on the wastewater committee for the past 3 years. I'm very much in support of the wastewater committee. But I just saw this as of yesterday, that the town was going to spend this amount of money. So I have a lot of questions about it. I'm asking if we could just table it for 2 weeks so I could get a better grasp and understanding of it.
Well, that delays the waiting period, but
I mean, does it hurt?
No, it's fine. It was just that it was discussed a year previous on the town board in the last budget.
I remember that discussion, all right. I remember us having that discussion at the wastewater committee. It's just, I had some questions here. I wasn't real sure about subject to permissive referendum. Does that mean that we got to put this to the vote before the town before we can spend this money?
Well, we can answer all those questions. You want to wait? I mean,
yeah, just give us. If we just had 2 weeks so maybe some questions could get answers on it, because I know. Also, how do we expect? Are we sure that we're going to be able to get the money back to the taxpayers?
We have the money has already been. The money has already been proposed. We haven't. The money is already in the budget.
The money is in the budget, but in this resolution, it's saying that it'll be basically taken back. It will be repaid back to the taxpayer, the overall town taxpayers from the wastewater district, is how I understand it.
I think what that's saying.
Would you like me to explain it? Would you like me to? I'll explain. So what this resolution is doing is appropriating funds for the creation of a map plan and report, which is required in order for us to proceed with the creation of the sewer district. To appropriate those funds, it is subject to a permissive referendum. It's a 30-day permissive referendum. By doing this motion today, we will start the clock on that 30-day time period. If no one files a petition, then we can proceed. We can retain our professional services, and we can start working on the map plan and report and move the project along.
So if no one complains over the next 30 days, then we can spend the money.
If nobody files a petition according to the law, then that is correct.
Okay.
As far as the fees are initially a town-wide charge, which once the district is formed, then the district would be reimbursing the town.
Beautiful. Answered my 2 questions.
And it's my understanding as well that the wastewater committees and Charlie have been working extensively on trying to obtain grants. So there is an indication here that we will hopefully obtain those grants, and then that'll offset the ultimate cost down the line.
I'm ready to move forward on it.
Okay.
Supervisor Blackman?
Oh, I had a question.
Sure.
Just on the subject, we're proposing a map plan report. What's the status of the property that we would be using for a sewer system that we don't own?
So this, I think Charlie might be able to speak more as to the exact status of the grant, because that I'm not fully aware of where the grant stands on that. But a map plan report would have to be done anyways. So whether we own the property at this moment or not, you would still have to do the map plan and report to proceed.
So that therein lies another question. So we don't obtain the property and we've done a map plan and report.
Correct. If you appropriate funds,
which we've paid for.
Correct.
Okay.
And if the property fails, if we don't obtain the property, then you are correct.
Then we have still paid $45,550 for a property system we can't build.
To start a map plan report, yeah.
Right.
Right.
I just want to be clear with that.
Okay.
Okay.
So where were we on
You
this?
already voted.
We voting? I vote yes.
Councilmembers Ham,
Yes.
Revelard,
No.
Winters,
Yes.
motion carries.
Okay. But wait, I think I have to read the next one.
I should have an abstract.
Okay. Oh, I already did that. Okay. Resolution number, what are we up to? Is this 7? John Marie, I'm counting on you for this. 6, resolution number 6. Resolution number 6 of 2024, employing certified public accountant for accounting and auditing services for calendar year 2024. Be it resolved that RBT CPAs LLP certified public accountants are hereby retained for the purposes of furnishing such accounting assistance and consultations as may be needed by the town supervisor and town bookkeeping staff, as such services may be required from time to time during the calendar year 2024. And be it further resolved that RBT CPAs LLP certified public accountants are hereby retained to audit the accounts, books, records, and reports of the Town Justice Court and Town Tax Collector for calendar year 2024. And be it further resolved that RBT CPAs LLP certified public accountants shall be paid in accordance with their engagement letters addressed to the Town Justices, Tax Collector, and Town Supervisor dated October 1st, 2023. And be it further resolved that the Town Supervisor is hereby authorized to execute the engagement agreement. I'll make that motion.
That was changed.
What was changed?
In the motion in here, they're doing tax collector, town clerk, building inspector,
Yeah, something's not in order here.
water district.
Yeah,
in this,
something's...
And then in here, it wasn't added.
Oh.
Yeah.
So.
That's right.
It was during the budget.
It's on the second resolve,
one?
right? You want to
So
make a
There were
motion to
there were
amend
two
the
other
second resolve?
departments that were added, that had been penciled in to be added to that. I mean, they should have been added to
You guys discussed
that
that
and
during the budget
weren't.
season, they were doing all the offices.
All that came by
During the
email,
budget
right?
season, yes.
Yes.
So there should be a motion to amend the
Okay, I'll make a motion
second
to amend this
resolve.
document.
Just amending.
Motion to amend the second resolve.
Second.
I'll second.
So what they're looking to do is where it says town justices, tax collector, and the supervisor, you're doing building inspector, water district clerk. Those are the
Alright.
two that, it was just left out in this
Yeah,
one.
Okay.
But
So
we're going to
this-
see it again later.
This is resolution number 6?
right. So we're adding to the town justices, tax collector, and town supervisor, also the building, the building inspector and the water operator,
All right,
so
hold
that
on,
they get
hold on.
audited.
I'm looking at accounting and auditing for services for calendar 2024. Maybe I have it.
No, that's, here, in the third paragraph, it says at the bottom, engagement letters addressed to the town justices, tax collector, and town supervisor dated October 1st, 2023. They were actually also to go to the building inspector and the water
If
operator.
you turn the page, you'll see the engagement letter, and it's within, it says tax collector, town clerk, building inspector, water clerk, recreation, it says
Water clerk, recreation
Yeah,
chair,
that was just a
and
mistake in
town
the
supervisor.
information.
So
on the
it was just
resolution.
left off on the resolution, but this
Okay.
year we're doing everything with the. Okay, so on the.
So there's a motion to
We're
amend
gonna do the
to
amendment.
add the building department and the water department and the
Right.
recreation commission?
For the audits.
Yes.
I'm
that's
sorry,
what
was
that
the rec commission also?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what's in this, that's in
Yes.
in the
Okay.
updated here.
That's what the.
So there's 6 instead of 3. Got it.
That's what's in here to be signed. So on the amendment, roll call on the amendment, we're adding it in.
Okay?
Blackman?
Yes.
Revelard?
Yes.
Ham?
Yes.
Winters?
Yes.
And then on the original resolution? Supervisor Blackman?
Yes.
Councilmembers Ham?
Yes.
Revelard?
Yes.
Winters?
Yes.
Thank you, guys. Sorry
Okay.
about that. I didn't mean to call that you.
And I'll read a second one because I feel badly that I made Brad read that without his, the last one without his glasses.
You want me to read?
Yeah, okay, go ahead.
Resolution number 7, adopting town clerk fee schedule for calendar year 2024. Whereas the town clerk of town of Amenia has submitted the annex fee schedule for the consideration of the town board, and whereas the town board has reviewed the proposed fee schedule and hereby seeks to adopt the proposed fee schedule for the year 2024. Now therefore be it resolved as follows: the recitations set before it above are incorporated in this resolution as it fully set forth and adopted therein. The town board of town of Amenia hereby adopts the proposed town clerk fee scheduled annexed hereto and made part hereof, effective January 1, 2024. Motion made by Paul.
I'll second.
Brad.
Okay.
Supervisor Blackman.
Yes?
Councilmembers Ham.
Yes.
Revelard.
Yes.
Winters.
Yes.
And I believe, John, you said these actually haven't changed since last year.
That's correct. And they're right on the back.
I'll do it again too, Leo. Resolution number 8 of 2024, adopting fee schedule for the building department of calendar year 2024. Whereas the town board of the town of Amenia is seeking to revise the building department fee schedule for the submission of applications, the issuance of building permits, admitted building permits, renewed building permits, certificates of occupancy, operating permits, fire safety and property maintenance inspections, and other actions of the code enforcement officer described in or compensated in Chapter 63 to Town Code. Whereas the town code enforcement officer has recommended the town board consider increasing certain fees which have not been increased in many years, and whereas pursuant to town code section 63-16, the fees charged and collected for the submission of the applications, the issuance of building permits, admitted building permits, renewed building permits, certificates of occupancy, operating permits, fire safety and property maintenance inspections, and other actions of the code enforcement officer described in or compensated in Chapter 63 of the town code shall be established and admitted by the town board resolution. Now therefore be resolved as followed. The recitations set above, forth above, are incorporated in this resolution as is fully set forth and adopted therein. The town board of the town of Amenia hereby adopts the annex building department fee schedule effective January 1, 2024. A motion made by Paul.
I'll second.
Supervisor Blackman.
Yes.
Councilmembers Ham.
Yes.
Revelard.
Yes.
Winters.
Yes.
Paul, you're on a roll. You might as well do the water rates, too.
Resolution number 9, adopting the proposed water rates for the town of Amenia Water District Number 1, whereas the town board of the town of Amenia is seeking to revise the water rates for the town of Amenia Water District Number 1 to address the increased costs associated with the operation and maintenance of water district, and whereas pursuant to Code 119-18A, usage rates shall be established and revised by the town board resolution. Now therefore it be resolved as follows. The recitations set forth above are incorporated in this resolution as if fully set forth and adopted therein. The town board of Amenia, town of Amenia hereby adopts the proposed water rates annexed thereto and made part hereof to take effect as of January 1, 2024. Motion made by Paul.
I'll second.
Supervisor Blackman.
Yes.
Councilmembers Ham.
Yes.
Revelard.
Yes.
Winters.
Yes. I'm going to take a break. I got to drive off.
Okay. And for those of you just who don't know that the water district, as the wastewater district would operate, according to New York State law, that the people who actually benefit from that system pay for that system, so that the charges for the water district are paid for by the people. I mean, the cost of the water district is paid for by the users of the water in that
I'll do
district.
the next one if you want.
You'll do the next one? That would be lovely.
Resolution number 10, adopting the investment policy for the town of Amenia. Whereas the town board of the town of Amenia by resolution number 2 of 2018 adopted an investment policy for the town, and whereas the town board reviews such policy on a periodic basis in accordance with the applicable provisions of law, now therefore be it resolved that the town board hereby adopts the investment policy annexed hereto for 2024. Motion made by?
Oh, are you going to make the motion?
I'll make a motion.
Paul, did you second?
I'll second it.
Okay.
Supervisor Blackman.
Yes.
Councilmembers Ham.
Yes.
Revelard.
Yes.
Winters.
Yes.
Okay.
Resolution
Thank
number
you.
11, authorizing town constable to carry firearm. Whereas the town board of the town of Amenia adopted a town constable local law number 3 of 2007 on September 20th, 2007, And whereas pursuant of the Town Constable Local Law Number 3 of 2007, the Town Board may adopt a resolution authorizing town constables to carry firearms while carrying out their official duties, subject to the constable complying with noted conditions. Now therefore be it resolved that the Town Board hereby authorizes the following town constable to carry the firearms identified in this resolution while carrying out their official duties as town constable. Francis Lansing, Glock 23.40 caliber. Marcus Mendoza, Glock 23, 40 caliber. Abdul Mohammed, Glock 26, 9mm, and Glock 19, 9mm, and Justin Remu, Glock 19, 9mm. Be it further resolved that the authority granted to the above-named town constables by this resolution shall be subject to the following conditions. 1, the town constable must possess a New York State license to carry authorized firearm pursuant to Penal Code Section 400.00 at all times and must keep proof of such license on file in the town hall. And number 2, the town constable must satisfactorily complete the Department of Criminal Justice Services basic course for peace officers with firearms and deadly physical force training and other training as the town board and or New York state law may require. And 3, the town constable may only carry or use a weapon after the town receives confirmation that the town constable has satisfactorily completed the training course specified above, and such other and additional training and instruction as the town board may direct in its discretion. And 4, the town constable must provide the authorized firearm at his or her own cost. I make a motion that we pass this.
I'll second that.
Supervisor Blackman?
Yes.
Council members Ham?
Yes.
Rebellard?
Yes.
Winters?
Yes.
All right. I'll take the next one, which is
Are
resolution.
you sure?
Yeah. I was just concerned about Brad not having his glasses, that's
Well,
all.
I'll take the one after that. How's that? I'll squint.
Take the one, okay.
I'll squint through it.
All right.
Number
Actually, this
12?
is like a short one. Why don't you take this one then, Brad?
All right.
Resolution number 12 here.
All right, is this employing legal services special prosecutor for the town of Amenia for the calendar year 2024? Be it resolved that the town board, the town of Amenia does hereby employ and retain Hillary L. Thomas, Esquire, to serve as special prosecutor for vehicle and traffic offenses as well as violations of the town zoning codes and ordinance in the town of Amenia, of the Amenia Justice Court, in accordance with the proposal dated December 5th, 2023, during calendar year 2024. And be it further resolved that Hillary L. Thomas, Esquire, shall be paid in accordance with the engagement letter submitted to the town supervisor dated December 5th, 2023, and may it further be resolved that the town supervisor is hereby authorized to execute the retainer agreement. I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Supervisor Blackman?
Yes?
Council members Ham?
Yes.
Rebellard?
Yes.
Winters?
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, here's another short one, Brad. You go right ahead.
Oh, wonderful.
What resolution is this? 13?
This is 13.
I'll walk out of here blind. Employing legal services conflict special prosecutor for the town of Amenia, calendar year 2024. Be it resolved that the town board of the town of Amenia does hereby employ and retain Mesner Reeves LLP to serve conflict special prosecutor for vehicle and traffic offenses as well as violations of the town's zoning codes and ordinances in which the town prosecutor is conflicted from prosecuting within the town of Amenia Justice Court. Resolved conflict special prosecutor will provide the above services in accordance with the proposal dated December 21st, 2023, during calendar year 2024, and it be further resolved that Mesner Reeves LLP shall be paid in accordance with the engagement letter submitted to the town board dated December 21st, 2023, and may be further resolved that the town supervisor is hereby authorized to execute the retainer agreement, and I'll make that motion.
And I'll second.
Supervisor Blackman?
Yes.
Council members Ham?
Yes.
Rebellard?
Yes.
Winters?
Yes.
Okay, I'll do the next one. Resolution, I think it's 14.
It is 14.
No, I think we're at, yeah, 14.
14. Resolution number 14 of 2024, employing engineering services for calendar year 2024. Be it resolved that John V. Andrews, Jr., P.E. of Rhodes, Soika, and Andrews Consulting Engineers, P.C., be and hereby is employed and retained for the purpose of furnishing to the town board, the planning board, and the town's departments and agencies such professional engineering advice and services as may be required by the town, its departments and agencies from time to time during calendar year 2024. And be it further resolved that John V. Andrews, Jr., P.E. of Rhodes, Soika, and Andrews Consulting Engineers, P.C. shall be paid in accordance with the fee schedule set forth in their proposal for engineering services addressed to the town board dated November 13, 2023. And be it further resolved that the town supervisor is hereby authorized to execute the engagement agreement. I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Rosanna?
It's getting competitive there for a minute.
Supervisor Blackman?
Yes.
Council members Ham?
Yes.
Rebellard?
Yes.
Winters?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll do the next.
Oh, okay, Rosanna's volunteering.
Resolution number 15 of 2024, employing legal services of the Town of Amenia Planning Board and Zoning Board of Appeals for calendar year 2024. Be it resolved that David R. Everett, Esquire of Whiteman, Osterman, and Hannah LLP, be and be here and be hereby be and is
Yeah, that
hereby
seems odd.
is employed and retained for the purposes of furnishing to the Planning Board and Zoning Board of Appeals on a need basis as special counsel for such legal advice and services as may be required by the Planning Board and Zoning Board of Appeals during calendar year 2024. And be it further resolved that David R. Everett, Esquire of Whiteman, Osterman, and Hannah LLP shall be paid in accordance with the engagement letter submitted to the town supervisor dated November 13, 2023. And be it further resolved that the town supervisor is hereby authorized to execute the engagement agreement. I make a motion.
I'll second that.
Discussion? Is this a reappointment?
What?
Reappointment of the same, okay, thanks.
Okay, now I get you. Now I understand you. Yes, it is a reappointment.
Yes. Yeah, it's been doing that for a
Supervisor
while.
Blackman?
Yes.
Council members Ham?
Yes.
Rebellard?
Yes.
Winters?
Yes.
Okay, Resolution 16, employing planning consultant services for calendar year 2024. Be it resolved that George M. Janes, AICP of George M. Janes and Associates, Inc., is hereby employed and retained for the purposes of furnishing to the Town of Amenia Planning Board, Zoning Board of Appeals, and the town's department and agencies professional planning, consulting advice, and services as may be required from time to time during calendar year 2024, and be it further resolved that George M. Janes, AICP of George M. Janes and Associates, shall be paid for such services in accordance with the fee schedule set forth in the proposal submitted to the Town of Amenia, dated November 14, 2023. And be it further resolved that the town supervisor is hereby authorized to execute the engagement agreement. I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Supervisor Blackman?
Yes.
Council members Ham?
Yes.
Rebellard?
Yes.
Winters?
Yes. Resolution number 17, employing town forester calendar 2024, be it resolved that Christopher Prentice, CF of Lower Hudson Forestry Services, LLC, is hereby employed and retained for the purposes of reviewing timber harvest applications, field review of harvest, as well as any other items the planning board may need for review and approval of said applications during calendar year 2024. And be it further resolved that Christopher Prentice, CF of Lower Hudson Forestry Services, shall be paid for such services in accordance with the fee schedule set forth in the proposal submitted to the Town of Amenia dated November 18, 2023. Be it further resolved, the town supervisor is hereby authorized to execute the agreement. Motion made by Paul.
A second?
Brad? Supervisor Blackman?
Yes.
Council members Ham?
Yes.
Rebellard?
Yes.
Winters?
Yes. Resolution number 18, employing a municipal financial advisor for calendar year 2024. Whereas the town board seeks to employ a municipal financial advisor to provide the town with various financial advisory services as set forth in the annexed financial advisory service agreement during the calendar year 2024. Now therefore it be resolved that the town board hereby employs Capital Market Advisors LLC with offices at 11 Grace Avenue, Suite 308, Great Neck, New York, as a municipal financial advisor for the town of Amenia for the calendar year of 2024 for the purposes of providing the town with various financial advisory services may be needed by the town board from time to time hereafter in accordance with the Capital Market Advisor LLC's proposal to the town of Amenia, and to be further resolved, the town of supervisors hereby authorized to execute the financial advisory service agreement.
Are you making that motion?
I'll motion that.
I'll second that.
Supervisor Blackman?
Yes.
Councilmembers Ham?
Yes.
Frebler?
Yes.
Winters?
All right, one more here. Employing a labor attorney for, resolution number 19, employing labor attorney for legal services in connection with the labor, employment, and collective and bargaining matters. Be resolved that Robert T. Schofield, Esquire of Whiteman, Osman, and Hannah LLP is hereby employed and retained as labor attorney for labor, employment, and collective and bargaining matters in connection with the UPS-EU as bargaining agent for the Highway Department employees, and be it further resolved that Robert T. S. Schofield, Esquire, Whiteman, Osterman, and Hannah, LLP, shall be paid for such services in accordance with the proposal submitted to the town board dated December 28, 2023. Motion made by Paul.
Second?
Leo. Supervisor Blackman?
Yes.
Councilmembers Ham?
Yes.
Frebler?
Yes.
Winters?
Yes.
Okay, I'll take the next one, unless you want to, Brad. I don't want
No,
to
I-
steal your thunder
I mean,
here.
I'm looking up questions
Okay.
for it, so.
Resolution number 20 of 2023, employing temporary water operator for Town of Amenia Water District Number 1. Whereas the Town of Amenia is actively seeking to retain a qualified contractor to operate and maintain the Town of Amenia Water District Number 1 facilities due to a sudden resignation of the current water operator effective January 6, 2024, which is Saturday. And whereas a public water system is required by law to have a designated operator at all times pursuant to the New York State Sanitary Code, Part 5, Subpart 5-4EA2, and whereas VRI Environmental Services has submitted a proposal to provide water operations staff on a temporary basis so that the town remains in compliance with the New York State Sanitary Code, Part 5, Subpart 5-4.2A2, and to protect the health, safety, and welfare of the residents within the water district. And whereas the services provided by VRI are professional and technical services being provided on an emergency basis, which are exempt from the town's procurement policy, and therefore be it resolved that the recitations set forth above are incorporated in this resolution as if fully set forth and adopted herein. The Town Board of the Town of Amenia hereby employs VRI Environmental Services to provide water operations staff on a temporary basis until a permanent water operator can be selected by the Town Board, and to maintain compliance with New York State Sanitary Code, Part 5, Subpart 5-4.2A2. VRI Environmental Services, Inc. shall be paid in accordance with their proposal dated December 15th, 2023, a copy of which is annexed here too, from budget line...
83404.06.
Wait a minute, 83404. .06. Okay, I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Discussion? Discussion question.
Wait, question.
I was just reading an email that was sent to you, Leo, regarding the CEO of the Water Department.
I'm sorry, the what?
CEO of the Water Department. Apparently we don't have one.
Oh, right.
You want to talk a little bit about that?
I really can't, because that was, there was not a CEO in the last 2 years, so I don't know the details of that.
Right.
But I assume that VRI, being a pretty reputable firm, will take care of that temporarily, and then we'll hire a new operator who will manage that.
Right.
Are you talking, what?
Town law establishes that the code enforcement officer is the code enforcement officer also for the water district. So.
Oh, yeah, that's because people in the water committee have actually been asking.
Yeah, I've not seen the email, so I don't even know what was happening. So
It was circulated in the town email.
This is just for 30 days, right?
No, it's for 60 days, actually, because
60
we were
days,
afraid
2
we wouldn't be
months?
able to find someone at that time.
Well, again, I want to say we have to have somebody, period, but I just wanted to make sure that this is noted.
Yeah, no, I think that's a good point, because I know that people on the water committee were concerned because, according to the law, or at least the town law, the building inspector or the zoning inspector ought to be the one responsible for that. and that isn't what has happened over a number of years.
Okay.
So we're going to have to solve that with a new operator.
Okay. Thank you.
But thank you for bringing that up.
Supervisor Blackman?
Yes.
Councilmembers Ham?
Yes.
Bevelard?
Yes.
Winters?
Yes. Look at that, we got through all of our resolutions.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Okay, no. So now you get to
No?
go to your packet. Go to your packet that was in the beginning.
Yes.
Go down to page 5. Turn right to page 5.
Uh-oh. Sure it's under here.
Okay.
Don't you
Whoa!
You guys are not done.
Oh.
So if you...
There's like so
Oh,
many
this,
more.
No, so
this is actually mine. Okay.
your packet,
Oh, I see.
the
Okay.
reorganizational packet.
Okay,
It was
sorry.
the very first thing on the top.
Yeah,
Yes. Go
On
to
page 5.
And basically what's happening is you guys are continuing. You saw item number 26, where it says resolution with a blank number.
Yeah.
We just did that. So now we're on item number 27, motion to accept the town rules, procedures, and committees.
I'm sorry, does that require reading the...
You do not have to read the actual
God.
documents that are within,
Okay.
because I'm sure everybody had already done that. They're
Several
posted on our
times.
website and on our front bulletin board when you first come in.
Okay.
Okay.
So now we're going to be addressing all of the regular, everyday, today items.
Okay.
Okay.
So you just continue going however in your circle, who wants to make the motion and second.
Okay, so it's just motion to accept Town of Amenia Rules of
There you go.
Procedure, Committee Guidelines, and Procurement Policy.
I'll
Is that you,
second.
Leo?
That was me.
Making that?
Yes, making that
And I
motion.
seconded.
Brad?
Yep.
Supervisor Blackman?
Yes.
Councilmembers Ham?
Yes.
Revlard?
Yes.
Winters?
Yes.
Motion to establish date, time, place for scheduled town board meetings. Business workshop, first Thursday of the month, except July, 7 PM. Regular meeting, third Thursday of the month, 7 PM. Place Town Hall, 4988 Route 22, Amenia, New York, 12501.
Did you make the motion?
I did.
Oh, you did. Second.
Leo? Supervisor Blackman?
Yes.
Councilmembers Ham?
Yes.
Revlard?
Yes.
Winters?
Yes. Motion to establish elected and appointed official salaries as noted. Supervisor, $27,212. Councilperson, there's 4 of them, being at $6,462. Sole assessor at $32,333. 2 justices at $19,148 each. Town clerk at $40,950. Highway superintendent at $69,954.
I second.
Supervisor Blackman?
Yes.
Councilmembers Ham?
Yes.
Revlard?
Yes.
Winters?
Yes.
Motion to accept appointments and salaries as noted. Appointments with salaries and hourly rates. Bookkeeper Marge Arnold at 24 hours per week, $30 an hour.
This is a long one, Brad. Are you sure?
I'm working through it.
Okay.
Alternate per diem bookkeeper, Lorna Sherman, $25 an hour. Bank reconciliation clerk supervisor, Michelle Smoji. Salaried, $520 salaried. Bank reconciliation clerk, town clerk, to be determined, 15.76 cents an hour. Treasurer, Water District, Victoria Jasmine, $4,304. Clerk, Water District, Nancy Nowak, $4,390 solid. You flip a page. Boy, you're not kidding. This is a long one.
I warned you, Brad. I tried to head you off the path, but you wouldn't let me.
Okay.
Do you want me to continue?
You can start at the top of the page.
All right, I will start at the top of the page. Okay, so still the same motion here. Okay, Budget Officer Charlie Miller, $7,976 salaried. Secretary to the Supervisor, TBD, 20 hours a week, $16.65 an hour. Typist to the Supervisor, Nancy Nowak, 20 hours a week, $17.27 an hour. Code Enforcement, Michael Segelkin, 30 hours a week, $30 an hour. Building Clerk, Joan Roberts, 32 hours a week, $16.85 an hour. Building Clerk, Bridget Sherman, 14 hours a week, $15.50 an hour. Tax Collector, Dawn Marie Klinger, $9,500 salaried. Registrar of Vital Statistics, Dawn Marie Klinger, $10 per transaction. Deputy Town Clerk, Erica Howard, 26 hours a week, $17.68 an hour. Record Management Town Clerk, Christine Chamberlain, 16 hours a week at $16.36 an hour. Secretary, Planning and Zoning Boards, Judy Westfall, 40 hours a week at $18.50 an hour. Planning Board Chairman Robert Boyles Jr., $2,863 stipend. Zoning Board of Appeals Chairman John Metcalf, $2,045 stipend. Assessor Aide Amanda Chamberlain, $17,378 salaried. Real property data lister John Lloyd, $19.94 an hour. Constable Francis Lansing, $22 an hour. Chief Constable Abdur Muhammad, $22 an hour. Constable Marcos Mendoza, $22 an hour. Constable Justin Ramu, is that how that's pronounced? Ramu, $22 an hour. Constable Jose Caraballo, $22 an hour. Constable Christopher Simmons, $22 an hour. Justice Clerk Maureen Moore, $19,183 salaried. Justice Clerk Dawn Marie Klingner, $19,183 salaried. Working Supervisor, that's for the Highway Garage, Paul Voorhees, $28.13 an hour. Highway Equipment Operator Darren Peterson, $27.53 an hour. Highway Equipment Operator Preston Vincent, $25.75 an hour. Highway Equipment Operator John Williams, $26.91 an hour. Highway Equipment Operator Jay Spock, $26.31 an hour. Accountant Clerk Typist Judith Carlson, 15 hours a week, $18.59 an hour. Custodian John Nowak, 20 hours a week, $25.56 an hour. Recreation Groundskeeper John Howard, $21.27 an hour. Assistant Recreation Groundskeeper Charles Mayville, $18.04 an hour. Recreation Director Katie Sturk-Grassi, 40 hours a week, $21.64 an hour. Audiovisual Technician Mike Flint, $7,021 salaried. Animal Control Officer Maria Genovese, $10,215 salaried. And I made that motion, so we need a second.
I'll second it.
Discussion?
Question, yes.
Question. Maria Genovese, I remembered that she resigned at one point, and now she's back. Is that what's going on?
I haven't received anything.
I don't know
This is
about that. There was another person before her, but I don't know. I mean, I know there was someone else before.
So this is just a continuation?
Yeah, she's
Of
been
her position?
Yeah,
Okay.
she's been here.
Yeah, she's been here for
And how many new, it is a long list, how many new people are on here that we haven't discussed?
How many new people?
Yeah, on this
There's
list?
not one new person.
No, they're all the same?
Everybody's exactly this, we haven't welcomed anyone new yet.
Charlie's a new person.
Well, Charlie, well, yeah,
Budget
he's been around
officer.
for so long, yes, but there's nobody new in the building.
Oh, no one that we
All
don't know, certainly, yes.
So I guess I'm going to ask one final question.
Yep.
Why is there a stipulated difference between the planning board chairman and the zoning board of appeals chairman?
I have no idea.
I'm just curious.
No, I don't know. I mean, I don't know whether they update that for the number of, oh, I know why, because the planning board meets twice a month and the other one meets once a month. I mean, it isn't equivalent, certainly, but that must be what it's about.
Okay.
So with the new appointment, should we have had an opportunity of a board to discuss them?
Probably, but Victoria, the budget officer was part of Victoria's job. She did both.
Right.
And so I didn't want to do that part, so I recommended Charlie. We can have a discussion about that, certainly, at this meeting or yep.
I guess my question would be, my experience with Mr. Miller at the wastewater is he's very much on top of his numbers. So I'm not.
Oh, you need to use your mic, sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. I worked with Mr. Miller on the wastewater committee. He's very much on top of his numbers. I'm not concerned about that. I guess my biggest concern would be, has he been approved by the state and everything, or by the county?
It's the county, yeah. He submitted his qualifications to Dutchess County, and they approved it.
And they approved that?
Yeah.
Okay, that's kind of satisfying my concerns. Okay.
All right?
Yeah. If the county approved him, I mean, what?
Yeah,
a
no,
lot more than I.
he submitted his qualifications to them. And
Rosanna? Rosanna?
Rosanna?
What?
Any questions?
No?
Okay, so did we get a second?
Paul seconded it.
Oh, Paul seconded, so we just had to vote now.
Supervisor Blackman?
Yes.
Councilmembers Ham?
Yes.
Trebler?
Yes.
Winters?
Yes. Motion to execute, I'm going to ask questions about this. Motion to execute agreement to spend highway funds of $395,075.22 in 2024. I motioned that already.
And I'll second that.
But I do have a quick question. Why are we voting on this as an agreement to
I think that's very strange too, but it is
Pursuant to
set
the
up that way.
provisions of Section 284 of the Highway Law, that you guys agree to, that the monies levied and collected in the town for the repair and improvements of the highway and received at the state and state aid for the repair and improvements of the highway shall be expended as follows. The highway superintendent has provided us with the amount of $395,075.22 for general repairs. They're to set aside and to be expended for primary work and general repairs upon the 30.83 miles of the town highways, including the culverts and the bridges and all of the span that she has to take care of. You guys are gonna be- you're gonna be signing this-
Basically, it's like the rec commission submitting their budget, and now the highway department is submitting their budget, and we're approving it.
Yes,
No.
No, okay.
The highway has its own separate fund.
But
So-
that fund comes from different places. I think that's why we have to
Okay,
approve
all right.
that.
Your recreation money comes and goes into the general fund, and this
Yeah.
town board approves those expenditures. Not to call Megan out, but Megan's her own highway superintendent. She's the one that approves those
Did we do a
vouchers.
reasonable job of
Megan,
explaining,
is that good?
Megan?
Did I read that out loud verbatim? Every year, the same thing gets signed.
Yeah, no, I'm just trying to understand.
No, I didn't
why
understand either,
we
Paul.
have to execute an agreement with the highway department. It just
Yeah, a
made
good
no
chunk
sense.
of it is the money that we receive from the state for the CHIPS, winter recovery,
CHIPS
Pave New
funds.
York.
Okay. I was just curious, it just didn't make any sense to me.
In very broad strokes, Paul, your conceptually, what your comment was
Yes.
is kind of where you're at.
It's where I'm at.
Yes.
All right, I got you.
Okay. All right, let me see, what were we
Can
up
I-
to? Yes, please. Did we vote?
I mean, I'm just going to say hi. Supervisor Blackman, Councilmember Garcia.
Yes.
Ham, Revillard. Winters. I mean,
Yes.
you want to talk about it, we got to say yes or no.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Megan.
Got
We'll fix
distracted.
those roads.
Thank you, Megan. Sorry to keep you awake so late since you start so early. 32, motion to make the following appointments without salaries. Deputy Supervisor to be determined, Town Historian Betsy Strauss, Deputy ZBA Chairman David Menegot, Deputy Planning Board Chairman TBD, All Hazard Mitigation TBD, to be determined. Records Management Officer Dawn Marie Klingner, Deputy Tax Collector Erica Howard, Deputy Registrar of Vital Statistics Erica Howard. I made that motion already.
I'll second it.
And I have a question on that.
Please.
Do we currently have a deputy planning board? You said to be determined.
There is, but-
Has there been before?
Oh, yeah, there always is, but they choose it at the beginning of each year.
Okay,
And I think it's been the same person for a long time who's no longer on the board.
okay,
So I think that's why that's
okay,
up,
all right.
or why it's TBD anyway.
So the planning board decides that? Okay.
Good.
I'm good.
Supervisor Blackman,
Yes.
Councilmembers Ham,
Yes.
Revillard,
Yes.
Winters.
Yes.
What? Do you want to read again? Oh, no.
I can do it. I can do it
I'll
again.
do it. I mean, I was
Motion-
about to. I just didn't want to cut you off.
No.
Okay.
I just picked up my phone. Motion to approve $1 million bonding for town officials, supervisor, deputy supervisor, secretary to the town supervisor, bookkeeper, and alternate bookkeeper each, town clerk and deputy town clerk each, town collector, town tax collector and deputy tax collector each, code enforcement officers, administrative assistant each, planning and zoning board of appeals secretary, justices, 2 each, court clerks, 2 each, constables, 6 each, highway superintendent and working supervisor each.
I'll second that.
Supervisor Blackman,
Yes.
Councilmembers Ham.
Yes.
Revillard.
Yes.
Winters.
Yes.
Motion to establish mileage reimbursement at the federal rate for calendar year 2024 at 67 cents per mile.
Second that.
I'll make that in the motion.
Supervisor Blackman,
Yes.
Councilmembers Ham.
Yes.
Revillard.
Yes.
Winters.
Yes.
Motion to prepay bills by resolution, utilities, postage meter, copy machine maintenance, rents, debt service, credit card, ambulance, employee benefits, New York State retirement, and New York State unemployment insurance prepay. We need a second.
I'll second.
Supervisor Blackman.
Yes.
Councilmembers Ham.
Yes.
Revillard.
Yes.
Winters.
Yes.
Motion to name M&T Bank Corp., Bank of Millbrook, and NBT Bank the official depositories for town funds.
Second.
Supervisor Blackman?
Yes.
Council members Ham?
Yes.
Revelard?
Yes.
Winters?
Yes.
Motion to designate the Millerton News as the official town newspaper.
Second.
Supervisor Blackman?
Yes.
Council members Ham?
Yes.
Revelard?
Yes.
Winters?
Yes.
Motion to authorize all boards to use tape or video recorders for aid with minutes, with the understanding that the tape does not replace typed and accepted minutes.
Second.
Supervisor Blackman?
Yes.
Council members Ham?
Yes.
Revelard?
Yes.
Winters?
Yes. Motion to accept town board liaison appointments to standing committees and boards and commissions as noted. Recreation Commissioner, Winters. Amenia Housing Board, Rillabard. Enhancement Committee, Rillabard. Conservative Advisory Council, to be determined. Emergency Response Safety Committee, Ham. Board of Ethics, Ham. Wastewater Committee, Rillabard. Industrial and Commercial Incentive Board, to be determined. Comprehensive Plan Review Committee, Winters. Planning Board, Ham. Zoning Board of Appeals, Winters. Water Committee, Ham. Alternate to all standing committees, Supervisor Blackman. Need a second?
Who was the housing committee?
What?
Who was the housing committee liaison?
What is it?
I thought
The
that had
housing.
been changed.
Housing? It's you.
Yeah, no, I made it clear that I
Yeah,
wasn't.
no,
I knew, well, I knew something was wrong because you're listed 4 times.
Yeah.
Well, no, but I was, I got, the latest thing I got from Nancy was,
I didn't see this.
I think I was on the housing board. Did you
Okay.
have it?
Right.
Did you have the latest one that she sent out?
So Amenia Housing Board is not me, and Enhancement Committee is me,
Okay.
and Wastewater Committee is me.
Okay.
So that is correct. And Paul?
What's that?
It's Rebellard.
I'm never going to get it right.
I didn't want to have to tell them that. Okay, I'm sorry, Brad.
I've been trying for years.
Let's just clarify this, Brad. You're on Enhancement Committee, Wastewater Committee, and what? Is there a
Enhancement,
third one?
Enhancement and Wastewater.
I think everyone needs
one
to.
that she most
Here,
sent-
this
I
is
think
the
everyone
latest-
needs to be on
that's the
3.
latest
That
email
does have
that she
him,
came
so
out
that way
with.
everybody has,
At the housing board? Because
she put him on, well. he
Housing
was on-
Board is shown as Ham. Rec Commission is Winters.
No,
Enhancement is Rebellard. Conservation Advisory Committee is to be determined. Emergency Response is Ham. Board of Ethics is Ham. Wastewater Committee is Rebellard. Industrial and Commercial Incentive Board is TBD. Comprehensive Plan Review Committee is Winters. Planning Board is Ham. Zoning Board of Appeals is Winters. And Water Committee is Ham. The problem is that there's only 2 TBD, and there are 4 for Rosanna. So I think we're going to have to juggle that a little bit. So,
Some don't meet very frequently.
Yeah.
right, no, I know that, that's true, but like Rosanna's on the planning board, which meets twice a month. So, but she's got 3, that's, the Board of Ethics, you're right, doesn't meet very
You
frequently.
don't want to do housing.
No, I do not.
Okay.
You're not doing housing.
Nope.
Okay, so is everyone satisfied? Wait a minute, Rosanna, that means you would have 5.
Yeah.
So that seems
fine.
So I
unfair.
actually thought that she had changed Brad
2,
to
3.
the emergency, no?
Maybe, but that wasn't on the list, but I'll take it.
But
Okay.
you don't have to, I'm just,
Well, you shouldn't have 5, I mean, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This list
That is
came out,
crazy.
the list came out before we had the new town board, by the way. It was put out and then, for us.
Right.
And now we have, you and Rosanna to change things around, so.
What about TBD for the 5th person?
Well, TBD is the 5th person, but there's only 2 for that person. So
That person should get the Amenia Housing Board too.
Yes.
unless Rosanna wants that, you wanted that, didn't you? Or is that,
no, I wanted the planning board.
you wanted the planning board, you got the planning board. Okay, why don't we wrestle this to the ground and vote on it next time?
Yes.
Can we do
The
that?
whole part?
Yes.
Okay, so there's a recreation meeting next Tuesday. Should I still go to that, even though we're gonna?
Of course. I mean, I'm not suggesting that you're not going to be on the.
Yeah, no, I got you,
But I just think somehow the numbers got out of,
Yeah,
the
no,
number
I
of
got you.
appointments got out of whack. So, okay, so,
I'm never going to get your last name.
So do we have to make a motion to?
They should do a motion.
He's gonna, I'm waiting.
That's why I always go.
So do I make a
I
motion
let it
to-
go most of the time, so. So I thought,
Hopefully you're going to keep letting it go.
I thought it would be fun to
Agenda
do this
time.
publicly.
Yes, we can figure that out.
Okay.
We'll postpone it till the next meeting. Okay.
Rosanna said yes, second. Okay, so we're just gonna postpone it.
Yeah.
There's a motion out there, so Supervisor,
Yes.
council members,
Yes.
Ham, Ballard, he's
Yes.
looking over your shoulder, and Platt.
Yes.
Okay.
Motion to designate
Yes, go back
emergency
in.
interim successors for the Dutchess County Emergency Response. Council members Brad Ribillard,
Ooh, very good.
Rosanna Ham, and Paul Winters. Whoa.
You're doing good.
I'll second that.
I don't know what that is.
We will help you right through it.
I'm going to hold you to that.
So that means if we all die, it's somebody, if somebody dies, that's who's going to be in charge.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
Which hopefully no one will.
yeah.
Okay.
Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Paul. Supervisor Blackman.
Yes.
Council members Ham.
Yes.
Ballard.
Yes.
Winters.
Yes.
Okay.
I didn't see that.
Motion to appoint Supervisor Leo Blackman to represent the town of Amenia at the 2024 Association of Town Meetings in New York City. I don't know, should we do that?
Oh, God. Unless someone else wants to go.
I need a second.
Second.
Supervisor Blackman.
Yes.
Council members Ham.
Yes.
Ballard.
Yes.
Winters.
Yes. 42. Motion to authorize the supervisor bookkeeper to do pre-audit functions of vouchers, including math accuracy, checking for sales, slips, delivery slips, and paid bills by municipal employees receiving goods, in addition to the town clerk's office reviewing all vouchers for monthly claims to be paid. I need a second.
I'll second that.
Supervisor Blackman.
Yes.
Council members Ham.
Yes.
Ballard.
Yes.
Winters.
Yes. So are we on the last page yet?
10.
No. Christ.
I know, I
How many
thought we
more
were
things we
for
got to
sure.
go?
Motion to authorize a charge of $20 on each check tendered as payment and return for insufficient funds, including lost payroll
I'll
checks.
second that.
Supervisor Blackman.
Yes.
Council members Ham.
Yes.
Ballard.
Yes.
Winters.
Yes.
Want to do the next one, Rosanna?
Motion to authorize the supervisor to make certificate of deposit and money market investments of available funds.
I'll second that, too.
Supervisor Blackman.
Yes.
Council members Ham.
Yes.
Ballard.
Yes.
Winters.
Yes.
You're skipping number 45.
We're skipping
We
45?
did it earlier.
Oh.
It became a resolution this
Oh,
year.
whoa. Became resolution, okay.
All right, motion number 46, motion to, that all monthly bank reconciliation of town clerk and town bookkeeper be made by an outside party.
The second.
Supervisor Blackman.
Yes.
Council members Ham.
Yes.
Ballard.
Yes.
Winters.
Yes.
Motion that monthly budget reports are distributed to all the department heads, and the complete monthly budget report is distributed to town clerk for public viewing by bookkeeper.
I'll second that.
Supervisor Blackman.
Yes.
Council members Ham.
Yes.
Ballard.
Yes.
Winters.
Yes.
Motion, oop, go ahead.
Motion, the town board has a responsibility to authorize the attendance of all officers and employees at conferences and training sessions as required by the General Municipal Law 77-B.
I'll second that. Oh, go ahead,
No,
Paul.
I'll second it.
Paul. Supervisor Blackman.
Yes.
Council members Ham.
Yes.
Ballard.
Yes.
Winters.
Yes.
Rosanna, take 49, I'll take
Yeah,
the
I'll
honorable.
take the last one for
To
you.
accept the 2024 schedules for the Zoning Board of Appeals and the Planning Board.
I'll second that.
Supervisor Blackman.
Yes.
Council members Ham.
Yes.
Ballard.
Yes.
Winters.
Yes. Motion to affirm the appointments for the following members to the committee boards: Planning Board, Robert Boyles Jr., 2028, Neil Kusinets, 2026, John Stephanopoulos, 2024, Matt Deester, 2027, Nina Peak, 2029, James Walsh, 2025, Walter Dietrich, 2030. Zoning Board of Appeals, Terry Metcalf, John Terry Metcalf, 2027, David Minigot, 2028, Paula Pelosi, 2025, James Wright, 2026, Tracy Saladay, 2024, George Bistron, 2024 as an alternate, and Craig Miley, 2024 as an alternate. Board of Assessment Review, Steve Bernadette, 2025, Lawrence Levin, 2026, George Bernadette.
Bestranson.
Bistronson, 2024, open. Recreation Committee, Peter McCaffrey, 2027, DJ Riley, 2025, Nicole Ahern, 2024, Joshua Simpson, 2028. Board of Ethics, Lorenzo Psychonopoli, 2025, Barbara Rotnovic, 2025, Jeff Barnett Winsby, 2024, Nadine Makura, 2027. Conservation Advisory Council, Michael Peak, Mark Doyle, Christine Goss, Sharon Kroger, Rhett Roback, Stacy Mantell, Nancy Schaefer. Emergency Response Committee, Christopher Howard, Leo Blackman, Megan Chamberlain, Tim Shea, and Mike Singleton.
And you do need to mention the water operator. It's just he hasn't been appointed yet.
All right, water operator, and Justin Ramoa. Enhancement Committee, Margie O'Brien, George Bernstrom.
George Bistranson is very
There you
busy.
go, thank you. Who wants to say the next name? Tom Buslowitz, Lauren Waz, James Oliger, Anna Hodgick, Mary Ann Snow Pitts. Amenia Housing Board, Jeff Barnett Winsby, Charlie Miller, Shannon Roback, Josh Frankel, Gabe Parise, and then open. Water Committee, James Walsh, Moses Melliott, Judith Moran, Patrick Nelligan. Wastewater Committee, James Wright, John Stewart, Charlie Miller, Shannon Roback, Bill Flood, and Walter Dietrich.
Okay. Oh, wait, there's two more.
Yeah, I'm turning the page. Industrial and Commercial Incentive Board, Catherine Lee, Tracy Saladay, Nina Peak, Lorenzo Psychonopoli, James Wright. Comprehensive Plan Review Committee, Anthony Robitelli, Michael Peak, Nina Peak, Bill Flood, and Paula Pelosi. I need a second.
Second.
Supervisor Blackman?
Yes.
Councilmembers Ham?
Yes.
Reveler?
Yes.
Winters?
Yes.
Motion that the, I'll let you write that down.
Can you be on a committee?
Can I be on a committee? Am I still on a committee?
Yeah, we just read it.
Which committee am I
He's
on?
not on any committees.
Yeah.
What committee was I on?
Well, that was on the,
Oh, you're right, on the emergency response
Emergency
committee.
Yes, he's the
Yeah,
chairman.
because-
He's the chairman.
Chairman?
He is.
So as supervisor, you're going to be chairman?
He is the chairman of the emergency response in case there's an emergency. He is the one that is authorized to sign it, help shut down roads, do all the paperwork.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
It's more administrative than,
Right.
Okay, 51, motion that town clerk maintains custody of all original records, minutes, contracts, grants, and documents from the committees, boards, and vendors. Second?
Second.
Supervisor Blackman?
Yes.
Councilmembers Ham?
Yes.
Revelar?
Yes.
Winters?
yes.
Other matters. Does anyone have any other matters? I don't.
Nap.
Nap?
Yeah, I get up at 4:30, buddy.
Oh, yeah, I know. All right, well, we're trying to get through this quickly. I thought it would be much longer. What?
If I could do one thing.
Yeah, is it another
I
matter?
will make a report, I promise, but I do want to get it out of the way. I do have to read it 2 times into the record, and it's the notice of the receipt of the taxes of the roll and the warrant. Please take notice that I, Dawn Marie Kligner, the undersigned collector of the taxes in the town of Amenia, Dutchess County of the state of New York, I have duly received the tax roll and warrant for the collection of taxes within the town of Amenia for the year of 2024, and that I will attend 4988 Route 22 Amenia from January 2nd, 2024 through February 29th of 9 o'clock in the forenoon and 2 o'clock in the afternoon each day, excepting Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays and holidays for the purposes of receiving taxes listed on the said roll. Take further notice that taxes may be paid on or before February 29th, 2024. On all taxes received after such date, there shall be an additional 1% for each additional month or fraction thereof. Thereafter, such taxes are paid or until the return of the unpaid taxes to the county treasurer pursuant to law. Between January and February 29th, there is a 0% penalty. Between March 1st and April 1st, there is a 2% penalty. Between April 2nd and April 30th, there is a 3% penalty. May 1st through May 31st, there is a 4% penalty. June 1 until the settlement of with the county treasurer, there is a 5%. In addition, after May 15th, a fee of $2 will be added to each parcel. Take further notice that pursuant to the provisions of the law of the tax roll of the town of Amenia will be returned to the county treasurer of the county of Dutchess on the first day of June, and that's dated by myself on January 2nd. So the taxes have been mailed. They were mailed back on December 28th of 2023. Payment has started in, but I'll have to read it twice, and it'll be just published twice in the Millerton News.
But not at the same meeting.
No, I'm not reading it. I think we've had enough
Because that would be
reading
really
tonight.
annoying. Did you have something else, or was that
No,
it?
that's all. I just
Okay,
wanted to
so
do my legal.
supervisor's goals are brief, because,
Well, wait,
What?
is that, do we still have a moment? Is that?
oh yeah, do you have other matters?
Yeah, other matters.
Oh, go ahead.
So I guess I had a question about the way these things are sent out to us, all of the different agendas. And if I read correctly, it's someplace, it said that it didn't need to be sent out to us until 24 hours before, or even the agenda wasn't sent out till 24 hours before. Even while I was on the rec commission, I always tried to get my agenda out a week before to give people time if they had things that they wanted to suggest or even ask. But even with all these resolutions, I mean, that was like a big thing for me tonight is I got all these resolutions by email yesterday, but I wasn't prepared for them today.
Right.
Is there a way that we can expand beyond the 24-hour?
Yeah, I mean, I think the problem with this is that there are so many of them that it's hard to get them all, what?
But even if it's something, even if we've only got 3, right? And we have questions about an agenda item or a resolution that we're going to be voted on.
Right.
I would feel that we'd want more time than just 24 hours to consider that before we vote on it.
I think that, not speaking for Ian, but I think we could probably, and I think in the past we have, gotten the resolutions sooner than this. I think, again, it's just because of the number of resolutions. And in terms of the agendas, I write the agendas, so I'll make sure that they go out sooner next time. Stuff moved around a little in this one.
That's no big thing. I think the bigger thing is just giving us all a time to consider the agenda.
No, I think that's right. I got
over a couple
frustrated.
days,
I got that
more than
frustrated
just
on the
24
board
hours.
too. So Ian, wherever possible, but they'll be slower. I mean, there won't be as many in the future, so.
So you guys have rules of procedures. The rules indicate here, this should probably be amended.
Okay.
But in the past, the agendas have gone out on Mondays, and resolutions have, if I have all the information, then the resolutions would follow generally on Tuesday to give 2 days to go out. If
To
the
get
information,
that, so then that gives a few days to consider.
Correct. And if you look at the rules that are in here, you guys can look at them. I would state that based on the recent amendments to the open meetings law, we should reconsider these rules. But if the agenda is out on a Monday, and if I have all the information before then, the resolutions will be done. But if I don't have the information, obviously I can't do the resolutions.
Are those all, do those have to be posted on those same dates as when they're sent out to the board? In other words, the agenda, does the agenda get posted at the same time on the website?
So what you want is you want the agenda posted. The agenda will set forth basically the title of all the resolutions or action items that are going to occur. That gives notice to the public as to what is going to happen.
Right.
And then if they want to read those resolutions, the resolutions then are posted. So when I do the resolutions and I present them to the board, they're generally sent in 2 formats. One is a Word document, which allows the clerk then to put in the resolution numbers and make the modifications that she can for her own minutes. And then the PDF that comes out to you guys is the board packet, which will have the resolution in it, followed by any supportive documentation that's behind it. So you can, and that's what'll go into your board packet. That's what that allows you to prepare for the meeting. So if the information's to me timely, I can get the resolutions out timely.
Okay.
Good to know, and I'll try to make sure the resolution, make sure the agendas go out.
Do
by
we
that date or
need
earlier.
to change this procedure for town boards to kind of reflect that, or are we just going to leave it at
Well, I mean, I
24
guess that's the
hours?
question. Are you comfortable having it Tuesday if our meetings are
I'm
on
comfortable with
Thursday?
having it at least 48 hours, but 24 hours just seems like such a
No,
short.
no, 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 no. Did you say that it's 24? You're saying this time it was 24 hours, not in the rules.
And
The rules say at least 24 hours
the
before.
rules say 24 hours.
Okay.
So-
That's why I'm asking if it can be
Like I said,
changed.
these rules, if the board wants, we have a new board, right? So I would suggest taking a look at the rules. You can look at the
Okay.
committee guidelines as well. Leo, you and I talked about some of this stuff
Yeah.
already. I don't know the last time that these were really looked at, certainly
Right.
not in my tenure. That's almost 6 years.
Right.
So these things haven't been looked at in a long time. There has been amendments to the open meeting law since COVID, turned everything upside down. So these
Go to
things,
Section 5?
Yeah, well,
Yeah, it says.
I know that those, I mean, I spoke to Ian about needing to go through those
Okay.
generally,
All
so
right.
we'll get back to that.
some of
in
the rules and
not-too-distant
procedures, and they could be looked at, and it could be helpful, I think, for the committees, it could be helpful for the boards, it could be helpful for many things.
Okay.
Thank you.
Anything else under other matters?
No, sir.
Okay, so I'll do my goals for 2024 ceremonially. Most of them were printed on my annoying campaign flyers, but Amenia has a large number of necessary infrastructure projects that are eligible for federal, New York State, and Dutchess County funding. Those are the wastewater system required for a healthy downtown, improvements to our subpar drinking water system, affordable places to live both for young people and old, a functional highway garage, and pedestrian improvements downtown. I want to make each one of those grant ready. I intend for the town board meetings to be more open, for the public's voices to be heard and responded to promptly. I want to make the town website easier to use and erect a sign in front of this building to let you all know what's happening each week. I plan to maximize what goes on within Town Hall, with the community kitchen off the gym, a Northeast Community Center satellite office, meeting spaces, and winter movie nights in the auditorium. There's more, but I'm sure everyone wants to get home, so since it's been a long meeting. So just stay tuned and get involved through the year, and I'm sure we can do this. Thank you all.
Town board comments?
Town board comments is next, right, thank you.
I think we made a lot of comments tonight. I want to thank everybody for coming tonight. I appreciate everyone's public comments. I appreciate everyone that has stepped up here, and I also want to encourage continuously to encourage the community to get involved. This town is not going to move forward, and good things are not going to happen for this town if everybody just kind of sits on the sidelines and complains. We have a lot of committees that have openings. If you guys want to change this town, you've got to get involved in these committees. I was not politically involved in this town until a couple years ago when my daughters said that they felt that this town was not doing much, and now you see where I'm sitting at. I'm sitting here on the town board after just getting involved 3 years ago. So I encourage all of you to step up and do something in this town, and if not, volunteer at one of these wonderful organizations we have around this town. The fire department's looking for people, any of the churches are looking for people, the food banks are looking for people, the Lions are looking for people. Get out there and do stuff. Thank you.
Hear, hear. Anyone else?
Yeah, I alluded to this earlier, that with important issues such as an appointment, Vicki, et cetera, that there should be mailers or at least postcards to go out regularly so that we do have transparency, so people know that these issues are up, that people can come and comment on these issues. So I think we need to discuss that as a board.
Okay. We can put that on the agenda for the next meeting or the one after. I think this is a very unusual situation because I think the number of times that someone has been halfway through a 4-year term and become supervisor is not very many. So I think we weren't quite, it wasn't clear how to proceed because there wasn't any precedent. So, but I agree. I mean, I think the idea now of kind of reaching out to other people is a good one. So we shall do that. All right. Rosanna, do you have anything to say? Town board comments? Whoa. Okay, well then I think I will make a motion that we adjourn.
I second.
Okay, and the time is 8:59, so you beat the 9 PM time. Supervisor Blackman,
Yes.
Council members Ham,
Oh, I thought you were just talking to me.
aye. Revelar,
Yes.
Winters,
Yes. So